I wanted to make a video that's not a rant, but an observation about all the breweries we have open just in this country, in America. And something that I've been noticing also, I talked to a bartender about yesterday. So, just to say it right up front, I think we're in a bubble. I believe we are in a brewery bubble. We're getting close to it. Yesterday, I was out of town on some, basically, I just had some projects get done out of town. And there was a tap room, brewery tap room I went to that's been open for a little while, but I'd never been to it because I don't live in the area right now. But I stopped by there, check it out, and just wanted to have some of the beer, so it was like. While I was talking to the head brewer, who was also the bartender that night, maybe yesterday, somewhere in conversation, he mentioned two breweries they're local, there anyway, that have gone under. One of them started in 2010, and I still remember the name of it because it started the time I left, and they grew. He said they grew extremely fast and didn't have the capital there, and they're just expanding too fast without the revenue, without they had support behind them, but just not enough people buying their beer apparently. Basically, too much space, not enough revenue and not enough utilized space. The other brewery, I can't remember the name of it, and in fact, it wasn't one I'd heard of, but he said it's also going out of business. They hadn't been open that long. According to the Brewers Association, as of spring of this year, 2017, there were over 5,300 breweries nationwide. Total everywhere from, maybe they've been around 40 years, maybe they're brand new. And I read, I forget where, somewhere, that we have about 1.5 opening every day. So let's just say 10 a week. Well, here's the deal. I truly feel that a number of these nanos are opened up, whether it's a garage, they're opening up a storage unit, they're wherever they're opening up, either 1, 2, 3 barrels. I really feel like a good large number of them are only opening up a brewery because they want to cash in the revenue, on the beer splurge on this growing number of breweries. Okay. I've gone to several over the past few years, and at least 50% of them to me are low quality, subpar. They suck, and I've ranted about that. But again, I feel many of them stay in business because so many people just want liquor. They just want to drink. They don't care the quality. Look at McDonald's. They're everywhere. They're huge. They get billions in revenue. Their food quality is shit. But they stick around, don't they? So, some people just don't care about quality. But I feel like several of these brewers, in fact, I've talked to a few that have done this. I've read a few as well. Stories about this, that they homebrewed, Mr. Beer, whatever, they homebrewed for 2 years ago. Yep, I can just commercially, I can just pro and go pro, which means start your own brewery, selling the public. Just because you've brewed at home for 2 years does not mean you're qualified. The best brewers I've been around, talked to, known, have some kind of formal education, whether they went to a brewing school or whether they worked in a brewery or were trained by a brewmaster. None of them that were accomplished I've ever met just used, a kid at home for a few months or a couple of years, said, yep, I can brew. Zero. Because it doesn't work that way. But again, if you just want liquor, you don't care, right? So anyway, I occasionally look at what breweries nationwide have closed, and there are more starting that are closing, but there's definitely many closing from just not enough revenue to, pricing, competition, whatever it is. Well, yeah, I mean, we're in a bubble, and that's even what this bartender said yesterday. I think we are. I believe within 5 years, maybe less, we're going to see even less breweries. If you look at the number of breweries from, say, the 1800s through Prohibition till now, it basically was up a little high, and then it went down during Prohibition, went way down. Subsequently, it started coming back up, and since probably the 90s, maybe 2000s, it's gone like this. It's really skyrocketing. It's nice to have a selection. It's great to have that. I like selection if the quality is there. Just because you make a beer, just because you make a hamburger, or open some kind of restaurant, doesn't mean your quality's good. And I feel a number of these just want to cash in on the success of others. Go, you know what? They're making money. We can do it too. No, you can't. No, you can't. Although when you have someone there just wants liquor, yeah. But it's interesting, these places start up, they go, man, things are really good for a few years and start dying off. Right, because you're not new. If you had new, fresh products, if your cleanliness good, if your quality was good, you'd probably still be in business. So, honestly, I would like to see a number of them close. Not that I'd like to see a business fail, but the quality of beer that I've had some of these places is so bad. Or they'll say, oh, this is the type of beer that it is. And I drink it, go, no, it's not. I go, oh, yes, that's what this is. No, it's not. Not even close. This beer doesn't taste anything like the profile. And, they'll go, well, whatever, that's what it is. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess I can call a McDonald's hamburger a taco. It's not, but sure, I'm going to call it a taco because I want to be considered a taco. Idiots. So, anyway, I don't really have anything more to say on this except that I believe we are in a bubble. I believe we're going to start seeing a decline in new breweries open. And, I think we've hit that peak. It's going to start going down over time. Um, love seeing the selection. Love seeing a lot of beers out there. But not all of them are good. Many are pretty bad. And we just don't need them. I would rather have, say, 100 great breweries with good quality than 1,000 that just make beer because they can, because I know how to brew. Yeah, well, I can cook, but I wouldn't call myself a chef, so that's all I have for this. I believe we're in a bubble.